later.
Yes.
Yep,
So
that's come up, record.
give me a second. Well, let's just make a start. So welcome to Purpose in Pandemic, my brand new segment that I thought would be really cool to bring everybody in the world, in the Facebook world that are connected to me, some positive news stories about inspiring women who are making a choice to pivot with purpose during this crazy, crazy pandemic time. And I really thank you all for watching. If you're tuning in a little bit later, hashtag replay, so I can give you some love for watching, and thank you all of you for tuning in whenever you do. So I just want to introduce you to my very first guest, and this is my beautiful mum. So I'm just going to, just got a little bit of feedback. So this is my beautiful mum, Patricia Abraham. She'll share where she lives. And I wanted her to be our very first guest because she inspires me every single day in and out of a pandemic. And I think that with so many amazing people to follow these days on social media, so many people to get to know from afar through Instagram and Facebook, I think it's really important to also check in with who's in your backyard or who's in your family who can really inspire you and be your everyday heroes. And that is my mum. So thank you for joining me, Mum.
Thank you for asking me, Jen.
You are most welcome. So I'm just going to start with some rapid fire questions because I want everybody to really quickly get to know you. So I'm just going to, because this is my first one, I've written them down. Okay, so Mum, where did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Ekatahuna in Warrapin. We lived on a dairy farm. So, yeah.
Ekatahuna, say that, all of you.
Yeah,
and where do you live now?
I live in Wellington, beautiful city.
Beautiful Wellington. She lives in a gorgeous little apartment with the most beautiful view, and it's just divine. Okay, what's one of your favourite books?
I was just looking through and I've just saw, I bet you got it, one of Maeve Binchy's. I've read a lot of hers and I love Light Any Candle. I love any Irish related genre stories. I love her.
Yeah, you got me into her, Maeve Binchy, Maeve Binchy. And I love any books written by Irish authors as well.
Yeah.
They're really wholesome but very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. That's so good. Okay, Mum, what's one of your superpowers?
Being active, being fit, or choosing to be active, choosing to be fit. I've had to adjust a few things during this pandemic, so I do a lot of indoor exercise in my unit.
And how old are you again?
I am 69.
Of course I knew your age, but I just wanted all our viewers to know. Yeah, that's definitely one of your superpowers. You're so active, compared to other 69-year-olds. You're an absolute go-getter and you're so fit and healthy, and it's just a real testament to you that you're aging the way that you are. You're really aging backwards, actually.
Good.
Okay, who would you love to have dinner with, alive or dead?
Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama, you do love him?
Yeah, I was meant to see him next. I was hoping to have an audience with him in June when I went to India, but of course that's all happening. But in the future, hopefully. I just inspired him. I've got a lot of his books and I just love the sort of person he is. I've heard him speak before. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's such a beautiful person and just doesn't feel like he doesn't say anything unless he means it or unless it's quite profound. I don't think I can't imagine him doing small talk.
No, he wouldn't. No.
Okay, what's one of your favourite accomplishments so far?
Trekking in Nepal, my very first trek when I went up to Annapurna Base Camp, which is about 4,000 meters. Did that with my goddaughter and her fiance.
Just 2 years ago.
2017 I did that. That was in memory of Michael. So yeah, that was my main big accomplishment.
Yeah, we loved hearing all about your Nepalese adventures, and Mum has gone back 2 more times to Nepal since then. She's had 3 trips there, and we might circle back to that a little bit later. Now, what's one thing you're challenged by right now?
Not seeing my friends. And not meeting my friends at the gym. We have very close friends at the gym, so we did a Zoom call last night with a few of them, so that was really nice.
That's awesome, and that's one of the ways that you're pivoting at the moment, by just using other ways to catch up.
Yes, you have to, yes.
Yep. And last rapid fire question, what's one thing you're grateful for right now?
My family, my 2 beautiful daughters and my son, of course, in the past, and with my 3 beautiful grandchildren, 3 boys.
Yeah, so Mum lost her son and my brother 8 years ago. Yeah, and it's so important to still be grateful for the people in our lives that are no longer walking with us anymore, from everything they taught us and all the good times. So, yeah. Okay, so let's deep dive into the purpose of this broadcast. So I really feel like at the moment there are 2 groups of people. You've got thrivers and survivors during this pandemic, and I really feel like Mum is a thriver. So, you know, there are people that are really just doing what they can just to even get up out of bed in the day and even just get dressed. Sorry if there's a little bit of feedback that you're hearing. And there are also people that want to make sure that they do get to the end of this time achieving something, and, you know, making sure that they haven't wasted this time, and that they come out either kind of the same or even better. And I feel like that's Mum. So, you know, meaning and purpose is really important in our life, but it's especially important during times like these. And I always talk about how purpose equals happiness, okay? So life as we know it has completely changed, right? Our well-being has really been tested. So there's a lot of fear and anxiety and uncertainty. Plans for the future have had to be cancelled, like Mum's Indian trip. Different, you know, milestones and sporting activities. So the very foundation of what makes life meaningful has been challenged. So I want to talk to Mum about how, you know, Mum, I'll ask you directly, how has your lifestyle changed, you know, since lockdown? So just a tiny little bit of background there.
Okay.
New Zealand.
Well, I'm still cycling, so I'm lucky I can do that, because a lot of people can't. I try and do that, you know, whenever I can, and probably 4 or 5 times a week. And I'm doing a lot of indoor exercise. So I've just pivoted around. Instead of going to the gym, I've downloaded a whole lot of apps, plus my gym has a lot of apps that routines that we can follow, all sorts, you know, intense workouts, bar, yoga, all sorts. So I usually do a couple of those a day. And I also make up my own exercise, like a pyramid. If you know what a pyramid is, I make up my own exercises and do a pyramid, which takes about 40 minutes, starting at 100 down and then back up again. So I've just had to pivot my whole way of thinking, turn it around, and it's not impossible. You can do it.
I love that. So Mum's in total lockdown there in New Zealand. She lives alone, and it's level 4 for the next few days. Where, you know, literally nothing is open except absolute essential services. So, you know, it must be quite challenging doing this, living alone, but you've really tried to pivot your mindset and just remember what you do love that makes you happy, and then just find other ways to do it. So what else have you been up to?
I wrote a list of people, people I needed to be in contact with. There's some people I'm in contact with all the time, but there's a few people that I wanted to make contact with in this time. So I've contacted them by phone or messenger or whatever, email, just to click and see. And I'm spending quite a lot of time on Facebook, especially, you know, people all around the world, making sure people are okay. and you get good responses back from that, so it's good. You get some good feedback. It's nice to hear.
That's so good, and probably other ideas and inspiration of other things you can be doing.
I've been colouring in, Jen.
Yes. So you've been doing like mindfulness, which is
yes. It's I never thought I'd do it, and so it's actually quite relaxing. I just have it on the table and I walk past.
Yeah, you can show us.
You
want to show us one?
Oh, okay. Hang on. They're all mandalas, so they're like
fitting name, isn't it?
Yeah, mandala. Yeah. So this is quite a cool one. I really like this.
Is this the one you've done?
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah. I've got like a whole set of, and this one's nice too. Like I like to bring in colours, and got lots of nice colouring in pencils. It's really relaxing.
Yeah.
It's meditation. It's like a meditating when you're doing it.
I love that they're actually in the book.
Oh, and the other thing I've been doing is sorting out a whole lot of, been through all my photos.
Yes.
So I've been making up, I found lots of spare photos, so I'm making you girls up another album like I did, when you were younger, but I'm just putting it in decades, 70, 80, 90, 2000, anything after 2010, right up to now that I've got. So just randomly put those in decades, so you've got those.
Yes, yeah. Something you love doing, isn't it? That's a real hobby of yours.
It is, making
a project, passion
albums for the boys and all of that. Yeah, so I'll continue with when it finishes, when I can print some more photos.
That's so good, and thank you for that.
I've thrown a lot out, so just they don't mean anything to anyone else.
Yeah. So what would you say your purpose is during this pandemic? What's your purpose? Like, what gets you up each day? And,
Well, I plan what activity I'm going to do usually the night before. So I'm pretty motivated. So I try and plan and think I'll do that, and that. And if it's not windy, I'll go for a cycle. But my purpose is really just to be organised and have a routine.
And keep your health and wellness up.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm taking my good nutrition every day, once or twice a day, adding lots of nice
Mum uses our wellness system. So you're having the shakes and enjoying the stress tonic, the ionics. The vitamins.
The e-shots and all of that things. I'll have them before I do my activity or my B, whatever it's called, B.
Oh, the beer.
Yeah,
you're loving the beer.
Yeah, I take it with me on a cycle ride usually.
That's so good. I love beer. It's botanical energy and adaptogens. Botanical energy and adaptogens. I have a can of that every day. So if you're a mum and you're not having beer, you need to. I just make sure we have covered everything. So, you're really covering the pillars of health and wellness, right? Exercise, nutrition, social contact, still using Zoom. It's been really good. Like we've had some family, we've had a few family kind of milestones or celebrations lately. So Mum and I and all of us, we've all got on Zoom together. It's been so good.
Yes, I've never used Zoom before, so that's something I've learned.
That's right. I think half the world hadn't used Zoom before.
Yeah.
It's a new skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're learning. Your creativity and your mindfulness and relaxation through the colouring. And then your passion project, which you always did, but really even more having that time to sort through all those photos and make up those albums.
Yeah.
That's so important. And then I also just wanted to quickly mention the program that we've put together that you're going to be a part of called Women in It Together 30, which is starting on the 4th of May, and Mum's going to join that. So that program's put together really just to help women thrive during this time, so that people are getting out the other side, in a better place than perhaps they were before. So every day we're going to be getting women, it's an online program, online experience, to do a little bit of exercise, do a little bit of mindfulness meditation, listen to or read some pages of a personal development book, which we should all be doing every day. and having one of our incredible shakes per day. That's it. So it's just a really gentle, amazing experience. If you would like to know more about that, please let us know, and we'll link you up. So that's something else Mum's going to do. So I just wanted to ask you a question. So you've been through incredible adversity in your life. Okay, so you lost your mum when you were 7. You went through, I don't want to pinpoint too many bad things here, but you went through a very, very painful divorce. You've been through cancer. You've had a horrible redundancy in your younger years. And then, more recently, you lost your son. So some incredible, horrible stuff that you've had to go through. How have, do you feel like those times of adversity have helped you at all during this crazy time?
I think they make you stronger, and they make you more aware of what other people are going through. Because, I'd heard of people a few people who had lost, adult children before I lost Michael, and you don't understand. So that made me more aware. And it's also like, I've lost my good friend Trudy. I really miss her because we used to talk all the time. But I think it's about just having objectives in life, what you want to do, rather than, I'm not the sort of person that would just sit around and feel sorry for myself. I just need to get up and do things, be motivated. I suppose that's what it is. Yeah. Even though it was hard, all of those things were difficult.
I feel like what you're going through now is almost a walk in the park, right, compared to those things,
Absolutely. And I only have myself to worry about really now. It's just me. Even though being solo, I've got other friends that are solo too. It's quite hard being, but it's not really. And even when we go to level 3, it's not going to be a big difference for me. The only thing is I can go out and buy a coffee.
Yes.
Everything else I'm going to be much the same, just in my bubble. I love that analogy. It's very it's quite comforting.
Yeah, it's something we haven't used in Australia.
No, I know.
I really love it too. And it just makes it quite clear because you clarify who's in your bubble at the start.
Right.
And then, whereas over here, it's a bit very blurry. Like I see people, chatting to people, hugging them.
I know.
It's like, come on.
We have to sidestep people when we're out walking, and it took a while to get used to that, but everyone does it now, and I think we'll probably continue to do it.
Yes. Yes. So actually that leads us into kind of the last question. So I feel like you really have absolutely pivoted with purpose during this time. And I know that you have had a couple of lonely days and a couple of
times. Oh yes, I do.
Totally normal. But you picked up the phone, you shared it with my sister and I, you still reached out and you still kept to your routine, but didn't beat yourself up as well.
No.
So normal. So what are a couple of things that you are going to carry on that you've kind of picked up through this lockdown period that you're going to keep going with afterwards,
Well, I'll continue my exercise, of course, whether it's at home or whether it's at my lovely gym that I go to.
Yep.
Keep that. Life will be much the same. I did have a casual job, whether that might open. It was like a B&B. So obviously no one's there at the moment, so I'm sure that will slowly pick up. So I'll get back into that hopefully. And just, I think, planning the future, trying to plan as much as you can, like what you still want to do. Like obviously travel is a big thing, but overseas travel will be how I won't be able to go back to Nepal for a while. That's my sort of guiding. That's what guides me really is the motivation to go back to Nepal, see all my friends. But I think it's not going to be it won't be hugely different because I live on my own. I'll just see people more physically, and we all need social interaction in our lives. We all humans need social interaction.
Yeah, we do very much. I guess you'll miss, you'll welcome hugs again and just that
Yes.
touch.
I won't be doing that for a while, though.
But yeah, I reckon that you'll probably carry on using Zoom, you know.
I will, absolutely.
And I also reckon that you won't be such a slave to the weather. So where Mum lives in Wellington, the weather is really up and down. It is, you know, it's called windy Wellington. And most of, Mum does a lot of outdoor activities, including going to the gym as well. But I reckon if it is not a very good day and you can't bike to the gym, you'll just be able to put on your TV workouts.
That's right. Or I've got lots saved on my Facebook. You see all my apps, all my exercise routines that I've saved. So I'll keep those. So I'll still have those. And if it's too windy to cycle, I just walk up Mount Victoria, and you know that's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's just about wearing the right gear too. You know, people make excuses. Oh no, it's too cold. Or it's too, you know, if you wear the right gear,
true.
Isn't it? You know, so.
Yeah, I think, and that's something that you definitely don't do very often. You don't make excuses, you know. You're just, you know, a straight shooter. You don't really think too long and hard about things. You just do them, you know.
Yeah.
And I
think still sticking to a routine, I think, is really important, especially when you're not working.
Yes.
It'd be very easy just to sit on the couch, but I couldn't do that. I mean, I do. Usually about 5 o'clock, I might turn the TV on.
Yeah.
Apart from when I do my Les Mills workouts in the morning, which is good. They're on TV and they're free. It's wonderful.
Yeah, sometimes Mum does 2 workouts a day and then a ride, and it's so much. Oh, you'll get back to your dragon boating too.
Oh, dragon! I forgot about that. Yes.
Dragon boating.
Yes, we're in contact still all the time. Yeah. Still having lessons about how, you know, do it. One of my coaches put on the thing the other day, you know, and it was really funny. But, you know, some people go a bit crazy, but it was all relevant, but she just did it in a funny way. So yeah, dragon boating's great because they're a beautiful bunch of women.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
That's so good. Well, you've got so much in your life, and a lot of that has, some of that has stopped, but you're just a real testament to, you know, keeping going and making this all as positive as possible. So I love that, and that's why I want to.
And I do have my down days, but and I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason when and why it happens, but probably sometimes you just get sick of your own company. I do have people who live around me, like my neighbours, so we can talk, which is good. You know?
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's all very, very normal.
I've been doing lots of gardening too, like lots of cutting down, you know, climbing up the ladder and trimming jasmine and roses, and that's been good. Digging out the panthers.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any other final words of wisdom you want to share?
Just have something to look forward to in the future, I think. Have something to hang on to that you want to do.
And what are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm really looking forward to going back to Nepal.
So it's,
and some more trekking and more voluntary work. And doing some more voluntary work with the Department of Conservation, you know, when I worked with the penguins. It was
Mum just did a stint in remote South Island of New Zealand, helping look after little penguins. So good.
I'll send you the videos. I've sent another one last night.
I've got to open that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mum. So thank you so much again. I've really loved it, and I feel like people will get so much goodness out of what you shared.
Thank you.
And, you know, I just want to thank everyone for watching, and I feel like, you know, Mum is really proving that we can absolutely pivot with purpose during this time, now more than ever. So look out for my next interview that will happen soon, and share all your takeaways below. And thanks again, Mum, and we'll speak soon.
Okay, love. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.